Chapter 1. Blood on the Snow. The wind howled through the bare branches of the trees, carrying with it the scent of damp earth and wood smoke. It was February 4, 1880, in the quiet farming community of Lucan, Ontario, a place where the rhythm of life was dictated by the seasons, where neighbors knew each other's names, and where violence was as rare as a summer snowstorm. But on this night, something dark was stirring. The Donnelly homestead stood at the edge of town, a modest but sturdy farmhouse, its windows glowing faintly against the encroaching dark. Inside, the family gathered around the hearth, the fire casting long, flickering shadows on the walls. There were 6 of them: James and Bridget Donnelly, their children John, Catherine, Annie, and little James. You knew the air was thick with the scent of stew and the low murmur of conversation. It was a scene of quiet domesticity, the kind that would have been unremarkable in any other household. But the Donnelly family was not like the others. They were outsiders, Irish immigrants who had settled in this corner of Ontario decades earlier. Their name was whispered in hushed tones, their reputation shadowed by rumors of feuds, grudges, and a long history of conflict with their neighbors. The Donnellys had enemies, many of them, and on this night those enemies would strike. The first blow came without warning. A sharp crack echoed through the house, followed by the sound of splintering wood. The front door burst open, and in the chaos that followed, the Donnellys fought for their lives. But they were outnumbered, outmatched, and in the end, they were no match for the fury that had come for them. When the violence was over, the house was silent. The fire still burned in the hearth, casting its orange glow over the carnage. Blood stained the floorboards, the walls, the furniture. Every surface bore the marks of what had happened here. The Donnellys were gone, vanished, and with them any hope of justice. The next morning, the discovery would send shockwaves through the community. Neighbors would arrive at the homestead, their faces pale with horror as they took in the scene. The Donnelly farmhouse, once a place of warmth and life, was now a tomb. But the story didn't end there, because in the years that followed, the mystery of what happened to the Donnelly family would grow, twisting and turning like a serpent through the annals of Canadian history. Theories would emerge as some plausible, some wild, some downright sinister. The case would be investigated, reinvestigated, and then abandoned, left to gather dust in the archives of forgotten crimes, until now. Because in the quiet of a modern-day laboratory, a new kind of detective is at work. Armed with the tools of forensic genealogy, they are peeling back the layers of time, searching for answers in the DNA of the past, and what they find may finally bring the truth to light. But for now, the snow continues to fall over the Donnelly homestead, covering the bloodstains, the broken furniture, the echoes of a family's last moments. And in the silence, the question lingers: who killed the Donnellys, and why? The answers lie buried in the past, and they are waiting to be found.